How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with a little bit of triple IPA, hopeful goodness in the form of Relic Brewing. It's their Ultraviolet Ray. This is a triple India Pale Ale with Citra Mosaic. I've heard of those hops before. 10% alcohol by volume. Yeah, that'd be that. This is Scotia over a month old. We'll see what's what. I'm very hard on my triple IPAs. They're not one of my favorite styles. More often than not, left with a beer that kind of drinks like a single or double IPA, but the ABV is just higher. That's not my bag. We'll see what's what. Label-wise, it's okay. Kind of looks like an old school 80s, like shittily sci-fi book cover, like a cover you'd see on like Ender's Game or some bullshit like that. And I can kind of like that, so yeah, not too shabby. As far as the beer goes, that is dark. So you're talking about a rich, dark triple IPA. We're assuming it's going to be a little bit more forward. Doesn't look like they went the crazy Brewer Sugars route here. Pinky finger, infinitely tight, compact bubble. Kind of head to it, just off white with that rich kind of orange core. Let's see if I get a nose. I mean, there's a kind of... There's like a minty herbaceousness to this. I mean, it really is this kind of slight eucalyptus-y thing. And remember when I talk about it? It's not eucalyptus, it's not mint, but it has this kind of evaporative kind of ness to it that you get from a lot of the, Vicks Vapo Rub kind of thing going on. But it's not overly medicinal. But there is this kind of soft, herbaceous thing going on. Think of like a Ricola, but just the volume dialed down a little bit. That's kind of what I'm getting off this. That's it. Nothing else. This has kind of been a kind of trend when it comes to a lot of these kind of triple IPAs, is that there's really not much impact to them, which totally kind of makes me go, what? Huh? Eh? But yeah, nose isn't bad, just leaves me wanting. It smells like kind of like a sharp, like 5% hazy. Let's get a taste. Cheers. Yeah, that slightly evaporated Ricola minty herbaceousness follows through to a T in the taste. So it's like an herb, a spicy minty herb. That's not like peppery. It's more kind of leaning in that mint direction, leaning in that kind of slightly cilantro, slightly sweeter, slightly soapy kind of area. Nothing too spicy, nothing too kind of like peppery. And that's pretty much it. There's really not much else going on here. Date-wise, this is, like I said, it's under a month old. Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad beer by any stretch of the imagination. There's really not much to it. Alcohol is hidden well. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. There's this nice bittering there, but nothing too crazy. Honestly, to me, this is a lot of these triple IPAs are getting in that area where they're kind of flirting with being just like malt liquor of the hazy world, and that they're just giving you enough to kind of get you kind of on board with what you're drinking, but really just serve the purpose of getting you shitty. That'll do this, but really, I mean, I would never order this beer. Not because it doesn't taste bad. It's just I could order something that tastes really similar to this. Maybe sans that little Ricola minty thing, but very, very similar to this at 5%. Why would I want to drink the same thing at 10%? I just don't get it unless I want to get fucking rip shit turnt, if you will. And that's just usually my goal. It's the opposite, actually. I kind of get annoyed when I get a little bit tipsy, to be perfectly honest with you. Not a little bit tipsy. A little bit tipsy is fun, but a little bit beyond tipsy is a little bit annoying. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That little bit of kind of soft, if anything, kind of, tropical cocktail, slightly orangey, but mostly that kind of herbal mintiness to the hop. That is the most dominant thing there. That's not even close to what you'd expect for a 10% beer. Sweet, but not overly sweet. Bittering, but not overly bittering. Nice mouthfeel, done and done. Is it one of the better triple IPAs I've had as of late? No. It's not a negative beer. There's nothing off-putting about it. It just kind of lacks any kind of volume. It doesn't taste like a double IPA. Barely even kind of gets off as like a single IPA, but it's a triple IPA, so yeah. And I don't think it's a matter of like under attenuation or like ABV, like bullshittery. Like they're saying it's 10, but it's really 5. I think this is 10%. Yeah. What else? Value and availability, no idea. We get Relic, so it probably can be had. So, Steven, let us know what's what, and leave you with, if you like what, will you like this beer? If you like lower-ish, 5 to 6% hazies, but you want to get something with double the amount of alcohol, this is all day, baby. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. You want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a triple IPA. One a little bit better than this one. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.